Okay, that's... Thank you, Caitlin. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Chiara and Phan, and I am a foster and adoptive mom with Arms Wide. I am grateful and excited to be here today sharing our family's story. My husband Tim and I have parented with Arms Wide since 2020. We welcomed 2 infants through emergency placement. Our first child, a newborn, stayed for 2 months before being placed with his grandparents. Our second child shared our home for 18 months before reunifying with her parents. And about a year ago, we met our third child, Legend, and in November, finalized his adoption. For each of our kids, I can remember the phone calls from Arms Wide with the ask to welcome and parent them. The first 2 kiddos arrived in less than 24 hours from their phone calls. And when a child arrives in your home with less than 24 hours notice, it can feel like a crash course in parenting. Or at least a pop quiz where you're scrambling for your binder from pre-service training. Tim and I choose to parent through foster care because we believe it is a way to help others while growing our family. We decided to be a loving home for children whenever they need us, for however long they need us. What we did not fully anticipate was how much we would live the truth that children are the real teachers. They unknowingly and effortlessly teach us so much about ourselves and our life. Our kids have gifted us with enough lessons to fill a syllabus. A syllabus I'd like to share with you all today. The lessons from our story. Lesson 1. Purpose is the greatest antidote to uncertainty. Uncertainty is one of the more challenging foster parent experiences. Not knowing if the child will stay, not knowing what will be decided in court, it's a lot of not knowing. In this uncertainty, we can invite stress by trying to predict outcomes or read into conversations. What we found to be the perfect antidote to uncertainty is our purpose. When the unknown felt big and scary, we went back to our purpose. To love and care for the children in our home when they need us and for however long they need us. Lesson 2. Our love is more similar than not. During our time with our second child, we helped facilitate many parent-child visits, both virtual. Yes, I am somehow skilled at facilitating Zoom meetings for a 6-month-old, and in person. Parent-child visits can be awkward and hard. They're full of big feelings: anxiety, guilt, excitement, hope, and they're full of potential healing, and potential connection. One such connection was between myself and my daughter's mom. Sharing a very warm love seat in the DFPS office, she and I shared about our unique bond. We talked about how hard and meaningful the year had been. Lastly, we talked about the love we have for one special little girl. We learned in the most honest way that our hearts and our love are more similar than not. Lesson 3. Healing requires the whole heart. It is in committing our whole heart to everyone we meet through foster care, including and especially our children's parents, that we learn the truth behind hurt people hurt people. Many of the parents are hurt or struggling, or someone didn't care for them in the way that they deserved. If hurt people, then we believe the opposite is also true, that loved people love people. Knowing this truth feels integral to ending generational trauma. Lesson 4. Own what you don't know. Foster parenting is proof that you can love a stranger. Love can exist among the unfamiliar, but for that love to grow and diversify, we need to own what we don't know. That means the quirks and relationships and behaviors and cultures our kids bring into our home. Accepting what we are learning is one way we bring love to each connection. Lesson 5. Let it go and let it grow. Finally, the most significant lesson our children have taught us. Let it go and let it grow. Pour in the love from your whole generous heart. Then let that love go and let that love grow. Seeing your love materialize in a child's trust and joy in themselves and the world makes the uncertainty and awkwardness and heart-heavy demands of foster parenting so very worth it. These lessons are proof that children are the greatest teachers, but they aren't our only teachers. Arms Wide is a staff, a team, ready with knowledge, attention, and love. They were ready and there for us when we had one day to get our home ready for a newborn. When one of our kids had court, our coordinator Jennifer was at every hearing and would call us after to debrief and process together. When we learned our daughter's parent-child visits were moving to in-person, and I felt scared. When we were meeting our son for the first time, when we celebrated his adoption. I hope you enjoyed our crash course this morning. Thank you for giving this mom the space to share my story and pictures of my kids. But most importantly, thank you for pouring your love and support into the work of preserving and fulfilling families.